Everyone knows that Dead by Daylight is not a horror game, it's a dress-up game, and in this video I will be sharing my opinion on what outfits are awesome and which ones are trash. This is a concept I have done years ago, so now it's time for an updated version. The big baddie outfit for Trapper comes with my favorite mask by far, as you can mix and match the fur with the other Trapper bodies. The skin's weapon looks lethal as it's very chunky, just like how they designed the body of the Trapper to be significantly more buff compared to other skins for some reason. One thing you will notice a lot on this video is that I hate recolors with ugly colors, and Timeless Sport is one of them. None of the colors match in my opinion, and I see no reason as to why they decided to make Trapper a redhead. The mask is also really ugly compared to the classic hockey mask. There was a reason why Periwinkle the Jester won the cosmetic community contest, and it's because of how unique this looks even compared to other killer cosmetics. Wraith becomes a jester with a unique purple color, a creepy mask, and even custom bell sounds for when he moves. And the best part is that this skin was free. Lord Dracula is still an insult to the name of the Dark Lord because this cosmetic is extremely ugly. The lore of the outfit is that this is a cosplay that Wraith did. Problem is that it's a recolor mix of the casual outfit combined with one of the classy outfits, which looks ugly and doesn't even remind me of Dracula at all. It looks more like a free Chinese New Year cosmetic given through codes. Headlining Act is an amazing cosmetic for Hillbilly as it fixes the problem of a lot of cosmetics making him look like an idiot. Instead, Hillbilly decided to brutally attack a rock singer after getting enamored by them in the TV, and as such, you can see how he ripped the skin of the singer and put it on himself like tattoos and a mask, similar to Leatherface. The guitar weapon also makes guitar sounds in game, so it's a plus. And you get various recolors of the same outfit too. In terms of weirdness, this outfit tops the chart for Hillbilly. However, what makes me rank this as the worst outfit is because of how much of a downgrade it is compared to the source material. See, this outfit comes from DVD Mobile, where each of the frog eyes actually blinked and moved. Not only that, for some reason this outfit, despite being a set, is linked poorly, and you can see a cut line in between the pants and torso. So it's just an overall low effort port. I will break my own rule just for this outfit for the nurse, because I was extremely surprised at the value of it, as this is an ascended quality cosmetic that is licensed for the nurse that you could get in the Darkest Dungeon Pass. However, it's not a set, and it comes with different variants, meaning you can mix and match the skull head to change the noises of any other cosmetic for nurse. It's going to be extremely hard to beat this cosmetic in the future. And Madness Wanderer is a somewhat recent outfit for nurse with a very weird theme that I don't understand. It's like she's infected by some parasite that is digging her from inside, but at the same time there are tentacles on her dress and this weird purple goo as well. It's a weird skin, yet despite being weird, it also looks like something Nurse could have had years ago, so it's not very unique. Family Knowledge is still my favorite outfit for Hag, and probably my favorite Christmas outfit in the entire game because it doesn't look like a Christmas skin. Instead, it makes Hag look like a wooden witch, which is a vibe that fits her perfectly, and on top of that, this cosmetic replaces her sounds with wooden ones, so it's a plus. It's also pretty rare, as you can only buy this during December. And Queen of the Mire is also still my least favorite cosmetic for Hag, simply because it's a very rare that should have been rare as it barely changes Hag's model. It's just the default, dressed in gold, with some jewelry and unique hair. There is a recolor of this outfit from a past Rift that is much better and much more unique. Bloodshock embodies perfectly how messed up of a character Doctor is. The outfit is overcharged with electricity that you can hear in-game and visually makes the skin stand out. But it also looks horrific as Doctor is experimenting with his own blood. This is a Blood Moon cosmetic, so it's also time limited and rare. On the complete opposite side of the spectrum, we have Fire Moon Doctor, which is really disappointing. There is no theme of electricity on this cosmetic, no torture device he inflicted on himself. The weapon is literally just a wooden stick with some nails. It's almost like this outfit doesn't fit Doctor at all and makes him look way more chill compared to how messed up he is. You can expect all my Leatherface takes to be the exact same, since I don't think we will be getting any new skins for him, and as such, Pretty Lady is still my favorite outfit as it reminds me of the iconic ending scene of the original film, and as such, Old Lady is the skin I have to rank as the worst, simply because there are only 2 options not counting the default. Not many Huntress cosmetics amaze me because a lot of them feel very similar to each other, except Lunar Eclipse, a cosmetic from the Chrysalis collection which is one of my favorites and which looks beautiful, as Huntress is covered in moth and silk which looks awesome when throwing hatchets, and the mask with a double braid white hair looks stunning. Ignition is still a glorified default, with the lore being that this is her after dashing into a flamethrower. The concept is cool, but the value of the outfit is not there as it looks very similar to the default, especially when compared to the other cosmetics on this same collection. Pig has had 2 new skins since the last video, and I still think none of them are better than Pig Leather, the classic full black leather cosmetic for her, which also comes with a custom weapon that is animated and has custom sounds. It's an awesome skin, and it's also the most competitive because it's stealthy. Not only does Blighted Pig look bad in my opinion, it is also competitively her worst cosmetic. I do love how they gave Pig 1, but this is not a cosmetic I would ever run or combine with other skins due to how much it clashes with the rest of options. If there is something that Terrifier proves further, is that blood looks awesome on a white cosmetic, and Paglaccio for Clown is truly another example of it. I love how clean and messy this cosmetic looks at the same time, and the detail of giving Clown's actual pupils also makes this outfit stand out compared to his other options. Lethal Scarecrow for Clown was one of my most hyped up outfits as I fell in love with how it looked back in DBD Mobile. Yet, for some reason again, the devs decided to port this cosmetic without putting any of the effects that made this cosmetic sick. As such, the belly looks weird and empty, and the parts of his body where the flame should come out are also empty. A massive disappointment considering how awesome the cosmetic was originally. I think that just like the Leatherface section, Broken Piece is going to be my #1 spirit cosmetic for a long while, because it's a legendary quality one in my opinion. This skin completely replaces the body of the spirit to become porcelain with kintsugi on it, which is a Japanese practice of covering fractures with gold to represent the beauty in the broken. It's a gorgeous cosmetic for spirit, and it comes with completely unique porcelain sounds. Lonely Celebration, on the other hand, is a cosmetic I completely forgot it even existed in the game. In fact, in all my time playing, I haven't seen a single creator or spirit player using it. The weapon is boring, the dress is boring too, and the only unique aspect is the makeup, which is still not enough to make the skin stand out. For Frank, my opinion hasn't changed for the best and worst. Never Stop Slashing is still one of my favorite community cosmetics ever added to the game and fits the Legion very well. Slam Dunk, on the other hand, still looks very boring and ugly, and it should have been a rare instead of a very rare, as there is nothing about it that makes it stand out compared to the other Frank skins. A new Legion cosmetic that is rare and cool is the Red Tree outfit for Julie, depicting her in some autumn-based clothing. The knife is basic in a bad way, which is okay for a cosmetic of this price, and the mask is basic in a good way, as it looks like something they made to look creepy. It's really cool, and I love the autumn vibe of it. Saturday Slasher is another rare cosmetic for Julie, but I forgot how bad it looks. The torso is awesome and one of my favorites, but I still prefer the original it is based on. However, the mask looks dumb, as I don't get the design the devs were going for, and the knife looks absolutely horrible, as if it's a toy bootleg knife decorated with fake jewelry. Bad Obsession for Joey is still my favorite outfit for him, as it looks like it doesn't belong in Dead by Daylight and instead it belongs in any futuristic dream shooter. The mask is sick, and the glowing neon karambit is also insane looking. Hey boss, let's take Bad Obsession and make it actually bad with a change in color to make it look ugly, a weird mask with blue which doesn't combine at all with anything on the feet, and a weird shaped copper knife which doesn't look like it hurts and also doesn't combine with anything else. This is probably one of the ugliest cosmetics in the entire game if you ask me. Dom Rebel were cooking when they were making a killer design outfit for Legion, as this is one of my favorite Legion fits overall. The night vibe combined with the modern urban look is really unique and something I haven't seen before. And the small dagger is in my opinion the craziest looking weapon they have. This is something I see Susie cooking for herself. Sadly, this is what Susie canonically cooked, an abomination that clashes too much in my eyes. The idea is cool, a knife made out of a cheerleader doll, the pompons as the hair, and the mask with designs taken from Vogue magazines. But the colors of the outfit are so hideous in my opinion, especially the graffiti all over the outfit, which just looks bad. Desperate Plea is a DVD mobile cosmetic done right. It looks very unique and beautiful for the Plague. The hair is something you can put on any other cosmetic, and my favorite part by far are the long red nails, which look insane in first person. Plague got various outfits since, and I don't think any of them are as good as this one. Outworld Leader is a recolor of the default cosmetic, but now costing $10 because why not? There is no reason for this outfit to be a very rare, and until it is changed, it will still be the worst cosmetic for Plague simply based on value. It's not bad looking if you got it from the Rift, but I am just saying, the other Plague feet cost the same, and I know which one I would buy. Call me a sucker, but even with Ghostface getting 3 new cool outfits since the last time, I still think you cannot beat the simple original look of classic Ghostface. The knife feels good in game, and while the mask is just the default but costing $5, the good thing about it is that you can run any mask Ghostface you have unlocked and it will still look awesome, like the bloody animated Ghostface or the What's Up one, which is a true classic. And in my past video, I talked about the Brush Hunter outfit, but to be honest, I never took time to see how odd and bad the Deep Rift recolor looked like. This was one of the first Deep Rift recolors the devs did, and it honestly looks really bad with an odd blue that doesn't combine well with any of the other Ghostface skins. It even makes me wonder why they choose this blue color for the Deep Rifts. Geomutation is still a banger for the Demogorgon, and in fact with Season 5 it even aged like wine, as the goop could be the same goop material found on the Upside Down. This skin has meme status in the community because of how the goop looks like something else. And just because of elimination, Escaped Specimen is the worst cosmetic, as it's just the same Demogorgon but with chains. It could have been a rare skin due to how simple it is, but it's also one of the cosmetics I use the most as I really enjoy the simplicity of it. I am not a fan of a lot of the Black Banquet cosmetics, but this one for the Oni is the exception, as it surprised me a lot. Not only was this outfit free as part of the Twitch drops during the event, it is also really well made with a cool sword, one of the best hairs for Oni due to how long and luscious it looks, and with a really cool spike on the right arm during the Enrage effect, similar to the Armor Titan crystals. The hair also becomes fully red. It's the best Black Banquet cosmetic in my opinion. Midsummer Bloodshed is a very funny recolor, as it combines 2 pieces which originally look horrible due to the clash of skin color, with the original skin of Kazan and the now blue dead one from the Oni. So to fix that, the devs recolored the default body blue, and also decided to make the entire outfit blue for some reason, and also increase the price. The original is just much better and also made much more sense, and it is rare so it costs less, mugging this recolor. Deathslinger has a lot of outfits that look very samey, as well as don't have the horror touch of Dead by Daylight, and Frontier Vigilante fixes both of these problems, as this cosmetic is so messed up from the back, it puts this video at risk. It's creepy, it looks unique compared to all the other Slinger outfits, it's gruesome, and it's time limited, making this really rare. On top of that, I like how the rifle looks in game. It's clean and it has front iron sights. I feel like the devs committed a crime with this outfit, as it's just weird, because the devs actually recolored the anniversary mask, which is really cool, and gave it this weird shiny black coat along with golden touches on the feet. This color combo is insane, but it just doesn't work on Deathslinger for some reason. But hey, at least the outfit is free with the Rift. And another killer that got a horror special is Pyramid Head, with his insane flayed torture cosmetic. Pyramid Head uses his own skin as a skirt and decorates part of his gigantic sword with it. It's an outfit that is painful to look at and even play, because you see the exposed muscles of Pyramid Head's hands, and that's exactly what I want to see more in a horror game. Absolute banger of a licensed cosmetic. And then you compare it with the Blighted Pyramid Head cosmetic, which is not only one of the most basic Blighted outfits, it's also not gruesome enough for a character like Pyramid Head. I am glad it exists, and I do like running it sometimes, but in terms of effort, it is the most normal skin he has. What happens when you combine the cool aesthetic of the Hellraiser saga with one of the most broken killers in Dead by Daylight? You have the Past Resurgence outfit, from one of my favorite Wraiths in the game. The head looks creepy, the weapon looks like it weighs and inflicts a lot of pain, and for some reason, the devs decided to buff Blight with massive biceps. This outfit also comes with unique sound effects on top of all of that, making it one of the coolest Blight has. Lucky Greens is another Rift outfit for Blight, but inspired on the St. Patrick's Day festivity. Despite me loving the green color, I think this outfit looks really bad, and the only salvageable part is the golden cane weapon, as it's a recolor of the default but with a golden shine. A lot of the twins' cosmetics are really ugly to represent how bad they had it in their lives. Yet Nature's Respite is an exception to this rule, as it gives them one of the prettiest cosmetics in the game for killers. The colors of the flowers stand out compared to the boring and drab colors of their other skins, and the midsummer vibes it gives are awesome. Plus, it comes with unique sounds. Abandoned Luxury is a recolor that might look good to some, but knowing what they are based on completely ruins the skin for me, because for some reason, they thought it was a good idea to make a luxury inspired outfit based on the fishing recolor, where the weapon is a bunch of fishing hooks that are now painted golden, and the net on the head is literally trash that the artist recolored with a bit of gold. This cosmetic, from way back in the days, is the one outfit that I always come back as is instead of combining it with other skins, as I love the vibe it gives, and I think that now the map is out, this cosmetic looks the best on it, especially with the neon weapon, which is slim and colorful. And by far my biggest disappointment was with this entire collection from the Divine Rift, as the marketing pictures showed this cosmetic as an absolute banger with the hands and overall vibe of Trickster. And then we got the outfit in game, and for some reason, torso down, the skin is literally pants and sneakers, completely ruining the divine vibe this skin had. It's like if you imagine if the Judgment had some Jordans on her claws. It's a clash of styles that doesn't fit in my opinion and completely ruins this skin as well as the other recolors, despite of how awesome it looks torso up. The devs finally did it by adding the classic Nemesis cosmetic in the game, and this outfit single-handedly made me a Nemesis main back when it was released. In fact, Nemesis is still my 4th most used killer, and it's all because of this skin. A true 10 out of 10 recreation and much more iconic compared to the default. As such, the Nemesis Blight skin is the loser for now, unless they add a cosmetic that is worse. It's not bad, and I do like the reference it does to the mutations on Resident Evil 3 Remake, so I'm not saying that this cosmetic sucks, it's just that I prefer the classic one. I love outfits that completely change the vibe of the original killer, and art made flesh is indeed art for my eyes, as the devs make artists look like a demon with a gigantic crown she has, as well as the creepy naked body, reminding me a lot of something from the Diablo universe, which is funny because she is getting a Diablo legendary skin. I guess soon this will be the bootleg Lilith outfit, and Blooming Delusion is still the same overall basic cosmetic she has. One thing I hated from artist outfits in the past is just how many of them had the default weapons be the same color just with a different shape, instead of giving it new colors. And this outfit suffers from that problem just like the other classic ones. Deadly Equinox is still the best and most likely the best cosmetic Sadako will have for a long while until the devs add a new unique one, as I love the mix of themes of the classic Sadako robes along with the Death Spider Lily, which a lot of you are probably known if you've played Silent Hill F. I also like how gruesome this cosmetic looks when unmasked, putting some cartels to shame. And I don't care how many times I have to call this outfit bad, it just doesn't deserve the Ascended rarity. There is no reason whatsoever as to why this cosmetic has that rarity. It's Sadako's body from the well in the movies, and while the idea is brutal, the price is also brutal, and the eye mori looks worse compared to the default because there is no eye in the socket, it's just empty. The Dredge is just a magnet for banger cosmetics, and the community gifted us with another banger outfit, a house not home, which is the take on the haunted house trope, only this time, Dredge is literally an entire neighborhood with various houses and a creepy head. I love how this cosmetic looks like a classic horror monster from Scooby-Doo, which makes it endearing for me in a cute way. I also like the new bedsheets community cosmetic too, to be fair, especially after it got fixed to not look bad in first person. And Skeletal Mask will still be one of the worst Dredge cosmetics simply because it could have been a rare compared to how unique and weird the other Dredge cosmetics look like. After all, you can mix and match the skin with the default and see how well it fits, which is not something you can do with other Dredge cosmetics. The community asked for the Resident Evil 4 cosmetic and the devs delivered. This is a banger outfit taken straight from the remake, where he looks awesome. And to top it all off, since the default knife is the knife he used in Mercenaries, the one they gave in DVD is Kruse's knife with the snake design, which looks awesome. Now we only need the shirtless Wesker outfit. And now, I will do a complete reverse from my past video and call the Blighted outfit the worst one, even if I still think the in-game look is awesome. It's just that the other two give a different vibe compared to the default. Once again, the community absolutely cooked by giving Knight one of the prettiest cosmetics in the entire game, with a hair so luscious and bright that it even lights up my screen. I have no idea how they made the hair look so good with this cosmetic, but it works, and it gives me Malenia vibes from Elden Ring. For some reason, a lot of the outfits for Knight are all oxidized, and this one is a recolor from an outfit that looked really good, but they decided to ruin it for some reason. The only redeeming quality of this torso is the beautiful rabbit design on the cape, but the weapon and the mask are ugly in my opinion. At least it combines well with the other oxide fits. The Lunar New Year outfit for Skull Merchant single-handedly created new mains for her, and it is, in my opinion, the best Lunar New Year skin and one of the best looking outfits in the entire game. The hair is awesome and goes hard with any of the other choices, the makeup looks good, and the outfit itself is classy. I would not be surprised if this is her best sold cosmetic ever. The artists decided to take my favorite Skull Merchant outfit in the past and decided to dip it in a swamp, ruining the luxurious and high-living design of the original. I genuinely do not understand how this cosmetic came to be. It's a horrible idea, and even the lore doesn't make any sense to explain why it exists, as why would Scully go to a swamp dressed like that? It's ugly and doesn't combine that well with anything. As a gamer, my favorite skin is still an arcade machine, especially because the head of this outfit is by far the most brutal one we have. I also love how gigantic the weapon looks like while not being that obstructing in first person, as it also references how originally Singularity was supposed to have two scythes instead of only one. I don't get what the devs were going for with this outfit. It's a recolor of the cold one, which makes sense in terms of lore, but instead it now has a hot red neon color without melting the frozen crystals from the original recolor. It doesn't combine that well with any of the other cosmetics outside of the weapon. Xenomorph got two new cosmetics since my last video, and Juggernaut is still my favorite one by far, as I love the blend of the robotic parts with the sleek design of the original Xenomorph. The tail is also very slim in first person, which was actually fixed by the devs, as originally it looked really bad. I just love this as a polar opposite of the default dark colors. And since the new skins are very good, Clone Xenomorph is still the worst outfit, not only because it looks very gruesome, which is not a bad thing, but because of how bad the tail looks in first person. It's not a bad skin, as visually it looks very unique, especially compared to the other Xenomorph skins that are very similar to default. It just doesn't feel good to use. Now that Chucky has more cosmetics overall to choose from, I started to enjoy the classic horror movie look of his, as it's in my opinion the cosmetic that changes Chucky the most out of the ones he has. I think more players know Chucky for this look compared to the doll one, and I wish you could prestige it. The lore of this cosmetic is really fun, but honestly it's weird how this is a very rare when it's just Chucky's default look, but now with a hat, with a backpack, and purple goop. Like I said, every single licensed cosmetic is something I appreciate, and I still enjoy the skin, but it's not as cool as the others. Also, there is no reason why this cosmetic is linked. Real Life Tail is one of the coolest cosmetics we had in the game so far, because it was actually a community fan concept that was bought by Behavior and added to the game due to how cool it was. Imagine being such a good concept that you bypass the community contest. I love how this outfit shows that Unknown can take the look of anything it wants, even when it's non-human, and the face is very creepy and the weapon very clean. And Missing Zookeeper is a cosmetic I find disappointing, despite it being really cool in concept. The lore of the outfit is very creepy and the shovel even comes with unique sounds, which is great for a rare outfit. The problem is that the face is the same as default Unknown. So is this the same victim in a different universe where they are the zookeeper, or were behavior lazy and they reused default Unknown? Unknown is supposed to have different victims, so seeing a cosplay of the default is disappointing. Whispered One is still the best cosmetic for the Lich in my opinion due to how majestic he looks with that silver hair and that king looking outfit. It shows how Vecna is a destroyer of worlds and how powerful he is, and it's much more intimidating than the default in my opinion. And Lich was the last licensed killer to ever get a masquerade outfit, which again I really appreciate, but I see no reason as to why this cosmetic is linked, as the mask and the outfit are completely separate, which sucks because the knife actually looks good. And on top of that, the outfit itself looks very similar to the default, so it's a lose-lose unless you like all the pieces in this cosmetic. At least it's rare. Scorched Terror was a new cosmetic added for the last 2 vs 8, just like Pyramid Head, and it has a really cool concept behind it, where Dracula tried to see sunlight, but it caused severe damage to his body. The outfit looks awesome in first person too, because you can see the scorched hand. And overall, it's an amazing cosmetic. And this is still the worst cosmetic in my opinion, or at least the one I use the least. I don't like how the hair looks, and I also don't like how the outfit looks very stiff, which is how he looked in the Chronicles game. Again, not a bad skin, just the one I prefer less, as I value licensed cosmetics a lot and the more the merrier. Houndmaster got 2 very cool looking skins from my last video, and Captain in Exile is the Blood Moon edition, which means it's time limited. And it's sad, because it's in my opinion the coolest skin she has. The weapon is brutal, as it's a literal heart that is beating, and weapons are very important when playing any killer. The outfit itself looks very cool, with the skulls on the sides of the hip. It's an awesome cosmetic, and one of the best Blood Moon cosmetics the devs have done. And for the first time ever, and I hope for the last time, the cosmetic that I don't like is the ultimate Houndmaster one, and it shows the problems of linked cosmetics, because the only way to change her dog is by using this cosmetic. So if you don't like the weapon, the haircut, or the clothes, which is my case, then there is nothing you can do outside of not using this skin. And considering this is the very first cosmetic with a power change, I find it really disappointing. It's also 20 bucks with no memento mori, so yeah, it's just not good value. I don't think this is a hot take. Springtrap is one of the killers that I really like the default cosmetic, the classic look, simply because this is the best Springtrap has ever looked, so seeing such an accurate and faithful cosmetic now in one of my favorite games is a blessing. So I usually run either this cosmetic or the prestige one. And as the worst skin for Springtrap, which is also the most awkward, is Clown Springtrap, taken straight from the AR game, which is again very cool and looks unique, but I would rather run any other cosmetic. The main reason it looks weird is because the original was very fat, and the devs had to make him slimmer, but they didn't change the animations to accommodate for it. Night Queen for Krasue is my favorite and most used cosmetic of her, mostly because of the weapon being so slim and unique compared to the other weapons, and how the devs also made her smile in the Krasue form, which is so creepy and funny compared to the other Krasue cosmetics, making this in my opinion the most uncanny cosmetic in the game. And as for the worst, even though I don't think Krasue has a bad cosmetic, we have the Weekend Massacre, which is the only recolor I don't have of the Krasue, mostly because I prefer the white shirt over the red one. The cosmetic is still cool, but in my opinion it's the least interesting Krasue version she has, as I like the flowing hair of the default. I am so happy that they waited for Season 5 to release Vecna instead of the skinny fat one that appeared in Season 4, because this design is really sick in my opinion and my preferred cosmetic to run in most of my matches. Sadly, the Prestige looks almost the same, but considering the limited options of the first, this is the cosmetic I like the most, just like with Springtrap. And the other very rare is very weird in my opinion, as this design only appears in the show for less than a minute. I am glad it exists, just like the other licensed cosmetics, but I would much rather run the original design before he came to the Upside Down, or the last design, which is the default. Also, Behavior, give us Mr. What's-It. Out of all the original looks created by Behavior for Jason, this cosmetic is the closest we have to Part 6 Jason, which is my favorite design, the zombie one with gloves. I love the simplicity of the Putrid mask, how this cosmetic turns Jason into a killer zombie, as you can see the bones of his body exposed. The shovel also has a custom sound and feels very good to use. As for the worst, we have Backwoods Horror, a cosmetic that honestly doesn't speak to me in any way, especially because I prefer the recolor much more. I don't like how the mask is dark, or the color of the shirt, as I think red fits much better to the lumberjack vibe that this cosmetic is going for. I am also not a big fan of the hair of this cosmetic, as I prefer my Jason bald or fully covered like in part 2. The axe is cool though. And the Judgment is yet another killer that I really like the default look much more than the cosmetics they have, which makes sense since we voted for this design. I was impressed by how well the devs translated the 2D concept art to 3D, as this killer looks extremely odd compared to anything else the game has ever had, and the recolors are gorgeous for the most part. I think I even prefer the default compared to the very rare outfit that we haven't seen in game yet. And as for the worst, we have this recolor of the losing design of Judgment, and seeing it now compared to the default, I understand why it lost the votes. This color palette for the killer looks very bad, as I don't understand why they mixed brown with orange and then had the eyes be blue. It looks disgusting and is a cosmetic I will probably not run much once this killer is out. And these are my subjective opinions on the best and worst cosmetics for each killer, updated to 2026. Let me know of your choices and if you would rate any of my skins in reverse. As always, thank you for watching, thanks to my members for helping me support the channel, and have a nice day.